Hello everyone, it's Tom from Black Toe Studio again. Thank you for tuning into this Orks update on Project in 2021 video. So obviously, as I said, this is a reboot video describing where we're going with a particular army that I own because I've left quite a lot of them on the side for a long time, so I just wanted to give everyone an update. So in this video, we're going to go through what I want to do with my orcs and where they're going, but also I've got a new model added to it which I want to introduce to you, which is all painted and done, so we'll go through that shortly after I've gone through a couple of explanations. So obviously I haven't got my full orc army out here because that would just take up too much space on the table in my new shooting area. So basically, where are the orcs at the moment for me? Well, that is a good question. I haven't really played with them a lot. I haven't painted an awful lot of them. In fact, actually, in front of you are probably three of the more recent models I've painted, which is a battle wagon and two trucks. Because basically, my army didn't really have a lot of transports, and I wanted to add a few of them. And I had a battle wagon hanging about, and the two trucks as well, which I built quite a long time ago. So I think there is actually a video up of these ones already, so I won't go into too much detail with them. However, it kind of brings me to my next point: is where do I see my orc army going? I mean, it's an interesting conversation for me because I haven't really felt a massive urge to collect more models for the orcs, and I think that's mainly because there's not really been an awful lot of new stuff that's come out for them, and with that has, for instance, like the Codex and the Psychic Awakening book. I didn't really feel that enthusiastic about. I really love the orc range, as in, but from a rules perspective, I feel they are in a bit of no man's land at the moment. I think their last Codex got released was pretty meh, to give any kind of better word for it. And the Psychic Awakening, in my opinion, was really not that brilliant. It felt very disjointed and a little bit all over the place. So, I don't know really. But before I carry on with that, what I'm just going to do is introduce the new model that I've added to this as well. So what we have here is a Ork Big Mech in Mega Armour, which I finally got finished. I bought this around Christmas time. I've got two more Mega Armour knobs to do this because they come. It's the same kit. So he has a teleporter on him because that's the one I think it looked quite cool. He's got his custom shot Mega. I can't remember the name of it now. I've gone a bit mad. But anyway, he's pretty armed as standard anyway. And I think he came out quite nicely. I've tried to use some slightly different paint methods with regards to his armour to make it look a little bit kind of chipped, rusted, slightly decayed, but also still working. Orc stuff does work generally, mainly because it's made out of parts that they love to collect. So, but. Yeah, so the Big Mech was one thing that was missing from armour, which I've been meaning to do for a very long time, mainly because I had a very low HQ count for my army, so it didn't really give me a lot of options on creating multiple detachments. So this brings up my total HQs to 3. We have a War Boss, we have obviously the Big Mech in Mega Armour, and I have a Weird Boy. I have another Weird Boy to paint, and I do want to get... I've got 2 normal mechs to paint as well, which I want to get done on top of that. But it kind of brings me to the point. So the reason why I'm having trouble deciding what I'm going to do with this army is because, as I said earlier, the Codex is seen a little bit disjointed and not really. I just don't feel that they give me the options to play maybe the army the way I want to. I normally play as Bad Moons. That's my current favourite faction to play as. I know they're not quite in the colour schemes. In fact, some people would say that I'm probably looking more like a Speed Freak army on the grounds that everything I have is red. But I do predominantly like to play with Walkers. I've got a lot of Killer Cans, some Death Dreads. Obviously the Walkernaut there. I've got a Stomper knocking about, although the Stomper, as everyone knows, is probably one of the most overcosted models in the Orc range from a points value point of view. So it very rarely gets on the table. Hopefully that'll change, but we will see. Either that or if they keep the points the same, hopefully they just increase the rule set for it a little bit because I think it needs that. But yeah, so what am I going to be doing next? Well, like I said, I've got some bigger Mega Armoured knobs to finish off at some point, but I don't think I'll be doing too much with the Orcs until I see what comes out with the next Codex and stuff like that. Obviously I know that they had the big reveal the other day. The new War Boss in Mega Armour looks fantastic, so I'll probably will be picking him up at some point. But outside of that, I'm not really the Beast kind of range that they've done with the squigs and everything like that, it doesn't really fit the way I want to play my orcs, so I'm not too sure I'm going to add any of them yet. The models look fantastic, they don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with them at all. It's just not really my my orc aesthetic that I'm going for. I'm much more to, you know, machinery and things like that. So I'm going to wait to see what eventually turns up. I'm hoping for some more walkers. I'm definitely hoping for some new, just some new standard orc boys actually. But I mean that's a good thing, and a thing that would make me quite sad on the grounds that I have about 100 orc boys, and I think having to repaint them again as new models would probably be slightly maddening for me. However, I would probably do a gradual thing. It does depend on the size difference, of course, because I mean it's just like when you stand a Primaris next to a tactical marine. You know, you get a very distinct difference between the two models, and you kind of think, oh, the Primaris do look quite cool. You know, just from a size perspective, it's like they got them right this time around. So, but anyway. So there's not really much else I can sort of say. So obviously we've introduced the new model here, and we're going to have to wait and see where the orc range goes, I suppose. And I'm quite excited, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's see what happens. So at the moment, that's where we're going to leave it. So thank you all for watching. This is Tom from Black Toe Studios, and I hope we'll speak to you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.